Wait. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Rooster Radio. Today we got a very special episode for you guys. It's our first ever tribute band.
Thank you for saying it correctly, by the way.
Absolutely. First ever tribute band on our show.
We're not a cover band.
Exactly. And luckily for us, they are the #1 tribute band in Charlotte right now. Ladies and gentlemen, we got enRage Against the Machine.
That's right.
Yeah!
Give it up. We're talking to Timmy and Karsten.
That's right.
I would actually say that we're the best
Ever.
live band, period.
That's what I would say, but
Fact.
then again, Tenacious D,
Better than that.
you know?
It's not even a question.
Yeah, you're right. You're right, man. You guys are the best. You guys are the best that's ever done it. I mean, you guys have the sound, like down to a T.
Yeah.
You know, like how long have you guys been doing this?
We started in 2017,
Dang.
if I'm not mistaken.
I came in the beginning of 2019. So it was like I came in, they already had a singer. Carson really started the band. He really kind of like
That's awesome.
got it up, and it's actually a cool story. You should tell that because that's interesting.
Tell it.
Well, back then it was interesting. Live Nation, they did like this forum at the Underground. So for local bands, and they just wanted to introduce what they want to bring to Charlotte and what they want to do in Charlotte and how they want to bring local bands in their lineup as well. And so they had this forum there. I went there, listened to it. And, you know, they just threw some ideas out there what they want to do. And they want to bring local bands in and stuff like that. And they also said, you know, we're also very interested in, like, collaborations. So, like, maybe get a whole bunch of musicians together and do, you know, a certain album of a band that you really like, or do, you know, tribute to a band that you really like. And then I was like, oh man, I always wanted to do Rage Against the Machine. You know, I've been playing this.
Hell yeah.
I've been playing this. I've been playing this on my bass. You know. Anyways, I didn't even need to learn the song. I already knew them all. So
I mean, a perfect fit, right?
Perfect. Yeah. So and then I just asked a couple buddies, and you know, we started the band, and then I reached out to Live Nation. You know, Brandon Hinson, and he was all for it. And yeah, and actually our first show was really a collaboration of a lot of Charlotte local bands. I think we had, you know, we had drums, guitar, and bass, and then I think we had 4 or 5 singers for the first show that just, you know, each one of them did a couple
I remember
of
this
songs.
vividly. I was at that show. Yeah.
Oh, you were at that show? Oh, nice.
Because you had I think it was 4 or 5 singers that guy would come out and do 1 or 2 songs, and then another guy would come out and do a couple of songs.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
And you know, I want to back up just a little bit. You said Live Nation held a forum at the Fillmore, so you were already in a band, right?
Was I in a band back? Yeah, I was in Avenue Drive back then. Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
so
I got-
Avenue Drive, and then you found out about this forum, and you were like, "All right, screw it, I'm gonna go see what this is about."
Yeah, exactly.
And
yeah.
then from that, you were inspired to start the Rage thing. Now, when you
Absolutely.
reached out to your buddies to start a Rage tribute,
Yeah,
how was that received?
Yeah.
they were like, "Well, F it." Keeping it PC here.
Sorry. What does effort mean?
Yeah.
Be more specific.
Well,
Is that a new word?
How you say EFF?
FIT.
yeah. No, and you know, they were all like very, hell yeah, let's do this. You know, can't be that hard. No.
You guys kind of had nothing to lose. It was a one-off. It was meant to be like a one-off.
Yeah, that was like just like an idea. Yeah, we'll just do one show and like, you know, have some fun with it, you know, and get everybody together, you know. So that was actually cool to collaborate with all these, you know, people from
Like
different
minds.
bands.
Yeah.
You know, that was fun.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Timmy, where do you come into play?
So I came down from a shooting star.
Okay.
Right here.
Butt
Carson's
naked.
heart. No, So I'm from Long Island. I'm from Levittown, New York, which is America's first suburb. That's a fact. And,
Bing bong.
It was like a failed government experiment because they stuck all these like emotionally damaged World War II men coming back. This is true. Coming back from World War II, and they're like, "Hey, let's stick all these guys. You know, they've seen like their friends die, like the worst of the worst. Let's stick them in one town and let them procreate." And I was the third.
Boom, Timmy.
I was the third. Yeah.
Timmy.
I was the third generation of that.
How'd you get on the shooting star, man?
I'm still on it. No, we did. I moved to Charlotte, and I played in a Rage Against the Machine tribute band on Long Island.
Great.
But it wasn't like the scene on Long Island was totally different than it was here when it comes to like tribute bands. Like we didn't dress the part. We didn't do.
Oh, dude, you guys do.
We do.
Yeah, you guys do.
But we didn't there. So there's a story here I'm gonna lead up to. So anyway, so I moved down here in like 2011. Let's just call it that. And then I was constantly looking for a tribute band here. There was nobody ever doing it. Finally, I saw that there was a tribute band playing a Rage Against the Machine tribute. I'm like, fuck, man, I wanted to. So I went to see them. This is like early 2018. There's actually video of it with like me in the front row. Because I wanted to like check it out. And then obviously they had a singer. So I reached out to them and I was just like, listen, good show. Like if you ever find you're needing a singer or something like that, reach out to me. And then like
He was harassing.
Then
us.
every
You have
month-
no idea. You
I
have
would
no
downplaying
idea.
it, Timmy.
Well,
It was
no.
awkward. It was awkward.
I started in my mind. I was like, if I reach out to them every month, and I'm just kind of like one of the things I said was like,
No joke.
"Hey, I had a
If I'm
dream."
persistent.
Well, I was like, "Hey, I had a dream last night that I was in the band.
Yes.
Did that not happen?"
I remember that
Yeah, I know.
message. I was like, what the hell?
So
Like this guy.
That's that New York persistence right
yeah,
there.
I was just
That's,
like, in my mind, I was like, and their previous singer Adam, like, he was good, like, so like there was really no, but in my mind, I'm better, and that was that. Like that was just like the confidence thing for me, and I was just
Damn.
like, if there's ever a something that is available, I wanted to be in like their conscious, and that's what happened though.
It happened, yeah. We were like,
But-
well,
But they checked out my videos, so I talked about we didn't do like tribute band stuff, like where we dressed up.
Right.
So I wore like army jackets and like bandanas
Bandanas.
specifically.
I
So-
got one on right
But,
now.
but you're not fronting a Rage Against the Machine tribute band.
No,
Yeah.
I'm just trying to look like a beatnik or
Work
something.
it. I
Thank
like
you.
it. It's
Thank
a good
you.
look.
Thank you. Yeah, nice shoes.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Dude, of course.
So, but I didn't know this until after I joined the band, but like, so they reached out to me and they were like, hey, whatever, it was parting ways with their old singer. Would you be interested in try it out? And then I made the band,
yeah.
but then when I came in, they were telling me that like, yeah, that bandana thing was like, that was almost a no. The videos I sent them, they're like, it was almost a no-go for us, man. Like, it almost didn't work out.
yeah, that was like,
so you're
what
watching
is
these videos and you're like, he sounds good, but
It's
What
all
is
right.
he wearing?
What is he wearing? Yeah.
What the hell?
So the funniest part is when Carson had called me to tell me that I got the gig, and like in his own way, I totally understood what he was trying to say. He was like, "So we
like you.
we dress up like the band." And I was like, in my mind, I'm like, I know what he's saying. Like he's like the bandanas aren't gonna fly.
Damn it, man.
So-
This makes me want to take off my bandana. The more you guys are saying it.
I'm still trying to wear the bandana, so don't take it off.
Still,
I'm
he's
still-
still
I'm still-
trying
I'm
to bring
still
it
pushing.
back. Yeah.
The bandana. So and then that was early 2019, and here we are.
awesome,
Dude.
Now, were you in a band at all leading
Yeah.
up to that? So you
Well-
were singing.
Well, the other one in New York, right?
Yeah, I played in many bands in New York. I'm a drummer originally,
Okay.
like
Wow.
or traditionally, if you will. But I played in a lot of punk bands, and like I grew up in like the Long Island music scene in like the early 2000s. Everybody just wanted to be Chino from the Deftones, and
new metal, screamo.
yeah, but it was more it more like turned into like the emo scene than anything
Like
else.
with Jimmy World kind of stuff?
Yeah, like that, or like Brand New, or Taking Back Sunday.
Oh,
or,
okay, yeah.
like all those bands. They're from Brand New was from Levittown. Like a couple of them. Like it was just like a scene. So I was in a bunch of different bands. I played in this band called All Grown Up. We did really well. Like we did a few tours and local success. But then when I moved here, I didn't really like get into any bands or anything like that.
Not like right away, right?
Not right away, and then
It took Instagram persistency and messaging the headband videos to get.
yeah. Well, prior to that, they didn't exist, so it was just kind of like me being like, I was on like Craigslist, being like, frontman with bandana looking for looking for a Rage Against the Machine tribute band.
So many bands were started in like that span between like 2000 to 2015.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
many bands got started off Craigslist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that was the only way. That was the only outlet.
Yeah.
So, but somebody from Todd Donnelly, who plays in a Stone Temple Pilots tribute band here, he was the one who like responded to my
To your
ad, like, "Hey, do you want to jam with me? I know some Rage Against the Machine songs." That's kind of what would happen. People are like, "I know Rage Against the Machine songs." I'm like, "Yeah, you might know them, but I'm not looking to just."
Yeah.
Like,
Do you feel them?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Like, I want to recreate that live, and then he was like, "Well, there's already a Rage Against the Machine tribute band in Charlotte," and that's when I was like, "Fuck." And then I started looking him up, but then I saw the video that you guys had of like there was like 4 different singers. I was like, I'm so fucking confused right now. Like, I guess they're not a tribute band because I guess it was just like a collective because that's how it was. The YouTube video kind of went. So, yeah.
Dude.
I'll admit, I mean, I was around when that started because if I'm not mistaken, you guys were the first of the tribute bands to start up in Charlotte.
We started
You guys are
this
my
trend
first.
in Charlotte.
Yeah,
100%. That was us.
And from that, it gave birth or opened the doors for other local bands to do this tribute thing, and then that ended up rolling into the Grunge Fest.
Exactly. Yeah.
And I want you to talk a little bit about how the Grunge Fest thing got started, because and I will say this: one of the I'm not going to call them out, but one of the members of one of the tribute bands, they had the best comeback ever on a Facebook post. It was one of the Grunge Fest shows, and somebody went on there, talking shit like people do on social media about, why won't people come to shows for local bands? Mm-hmm. And the guy was like, we did for 10 years, and no one came until we started doing tribute shows.
Exactly.
And it did. It gave a lot of local musicians an opportunity to play in front of more and more people.
Yeah.
And hopefully, my hope is, and I don't know if this is shaking out or not, but hopefully some of these guys' bands have been able to get more traction as a result from that exposure. But talk a little bit about how Grunge Fest got started and what your involvement is with that.
Yeah, but first, going back to this, what you just said is, for these people, now starting these tribute bands, getting the opportunity to play bigger, crazier venues.
Mm-hmm.
I never played underground or the Fillmore before in my life. You
guys killed it when you did, though.
Yeah, we did.
And
Yeah.
and but then you get the contacts, you get in with Live Nation, and then people also then promote their own local their own bands,
Their local shows, and they get to open for the bigger bands that come through.
And so a lot of connections happen that way, actually.
Yeah.
People that are all upset about like the whole tribute band thing, I think they're missing a big misconception. There's a misconception of like, and I'll speak for our band specifically.
Yeah.
When I say that we're the best live band out there, period, I believe that, and any band should have that same attitude. That's my
Absolutely.
thought. Like if you're not doing that, then why are you doing it at all?
Exactly.
So
It shows
that's no
passion.
disrespect to any other band or any other tribute band, but we're better than them. Period.
Well, one of the things that
Listen,
No,
Don,
I'm serious. Man.
to that point, you guys are never the opener. You guys are always like the big blowout at the end. Like everybody sticks around for.
I mean, I think that has a lot to do with the band, but actually at Grunge Fest, we weren't the closer.
We were not.
We didn't
Well,
go on
I
last.
think we left after you guys because
Well,
we
there
were
you
like,
go.
fuck whatever's next.
you were our closer.
Yeah, you were our closer,
Yeah, that
man.
happened.
Don't think that wasn't in our head when we were playing.
Oh well, dude. I mean,
Like, oh, we're not last? All right.
the energy is always like 1,000, and I think
We're gonna wear them out.
I'm serious, man.
That's exactly what...
That's what
It's
That's what
because
happened.
of the level of fucking badassery that you guys bring. I even remember that specific Grunge Fest. You did this thing on stage, and it's kind of burned in here because me and my wife talk about it all the time. We're always front row, being Hope. You did this thing where you got like crazy eyes and you kind of looked to both sides of the crowd. It's burned into my head, man. You threw your head back and you were like looking. It's a thing, man. It's
Demon.
real. Yeah, dude. Your
Really?
your rock and roll demon came out, and you were like looking at the crowd like you're about to crowd kill everybody.
Let me just say this. Thanks for remembering that.
Yeah, dude.
There were over 2,000 people there.
It was
It was a
sweaty.
Effing
You say
adrenaline.
fucking. Say fucking.
It was like I felt like I was like 50 feet tall that night. Like it was just like the biggest drug high ever. So whatever happened. And that's kind of what I wanted to say before we get into like talking about the Grunge Fest thing. Like people that are upset, and this happens all the time. Like, oh, why don't you guys like? I guess you guys don't have anything else to do. They're just upset because no one's going to see their original music, and I get that. But like, we love engaging with people like that because really what it comes down to is when we play, we know we're not the band. Right. I don't look like Zach De La Roca, like, you know what I mean? But that's not what it's about. All we're doing simply is going out, playing Rage Against the Machine song in the same spirit that they would play live.
You said
you
when
nail it.
When I read through your bio,
nail it.
one of the things that stood out to me because you say it twice in the bio, and it's important. I'm glad that you say it twice. Cause
We
it's
wanted
the
to say it 4
most
times,
important
but
part. but your goal, your mission is to recreate that energy
That's right.
from a Rage Against the Machine show, and you even mentioned in your bio about how no one forgets their first time seeing Rage live.
Oh.
You know, it was 1996. It was Wu-Tang Clan. It's the first time I saw Rage. Amazing show.
So good.
Right? And I'll never forget it. You know, I saw them again at Woodstock in '99.
Oh, you were there for
yeah,
that?
I was there for
I've
that.
seen them 4 times, but I wasn't there.
Yeah,
We're going in August,
and
in July.
it's
Hell
unlike anything else. Like we've all seen great bands live. Like we can go on for days and days about how these awesome performances, but there's nothing like a Rage Against the Machine show.
Well, Rage doesn't even play nowadays, right?
Well, they're
They
playing
were
in August.
They were going to. They're
They're
coming
still
up,
going
and now
to.
they're coming back. Yeah,
We'll see.
But they're also older now. You know, I don't know if they're going to bring the same energy. You know,
These
we'll
guys
see.
bring the
But you
fucking-
guys,
I would
that's
say-
my point. You bring
Yeah.
that energy, and it's amazing.
It is.
I mean, this might be a little over the top, but because I don't know what they sound like now. Zach specifically, but we might be better than them.
Oh,
Oh, now.
I'm just kidding.
wow.
I'm not-
You heard it here first. You heard it here first, folks.
Nobody knows.
Where's the typewriter and
Yeah.
the news music?
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
That's my belief.
Okay, it wasn't ours.
And yeah, so
That's a wrap, man.
thanks for having us.
We
You've said
end
it
the
all.
whole- We can end the whole show now.
I was saying this before to somebody because I said that and they were like, "Oh, that's intense." I'm like, "Come on, obviously, like Rage Against the Machine is fucking Rage Against the Machine." But my point was, if we got to play in front of that kind of crowd, that many people,
Are you talking like festival, like
I'm talking,
15,000?
yeah, like when I say best live band, I genuinely believe that. I would say we genuinely believe that, but like, obviously, if someone's like, "Yeah, but U2 is great live," I'm like, "All right, great, put us on that stage with all the lights,
Blah.
and see what happens." Yeah, right.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying,
You won't see the demon eyes. You see the demon eyes riding a dragon on a shooting star,
yeah,
right into a pit of fire.
Exactly,
So like,
dude.
you just don't know. So, but Grunge Fest they did that in 2018 too. I only played the 1 year in 2019, and then
Right.
COVID happened, and you know that was that. But
Well, talk about that. You know, I mean, we're 2 years in now, but you know, I know COVID slowed everything down. How have you handled like
How'd
the
you deal with it?
reemergence? Yeah, like how are things going now? Now that things are opening back up.
I want to say it's pretty much almost back to normal.
or
Yeah.
the new normal,
Like
whatever that is.
we're I mean, we are already 9 shows booked
Gotta show this
this
weekend,
year. So
so-
I mean it's pretty
Yeah.
it's
And you're getting legs too now. You're getting to get out of Charlotte now.
We've been
we've
doing that,
always
too.
been.
But we're getting we're I think there's just a little bit more like we know what we're doing, and I think we're confident in that, and I think that comes across in when we're booking and where we're booking. We want to play bigger venues.
Yeah.
That's our goal. During COVID though, we worked our asses off. We did the whole the whole Evil Empire record. We just started learning other songs,
Yeah.
and we started just drilling that. Like we practiced a lot during that time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the very first performance was just the first album.
Yeah.
Oh, you did that? Oh shit.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think at the very
Yeah.
end of the show, I think you played Bulls on Parade, was it? It was like your closer. Yeah, but
I
you
can't
guys
quite
played
remember.
that.
It didn't.
Because it's the one that you had all the different singers on. And
Yeah.
You guys basically played the whole first album.
Yeah, you're right. We actually played. We only played the first album, and we played it in the actual, which was kind of in that order, which was kind of weird
like a
because
listening
"Killing
party.
in the Name" was the third song.
Which you can't really.
Damn, you can't.
It's funny. At the last show we played in Charlotte at Amos, it was like that's our closer. Like you kind of throw it all out there, and then everyone was screaming for an encore, and we were like, "Fuck, man!" Like
That was the one.
Yeah,
so we came out and we did "People of the Sun," which worked.
It
But
worked.
we've never. That was
I
the
love
only
that
time
song.
we've ever done an encore. We've never
That was the
done that.
first. Yeah, that was the first.
Yeah.
What's your favorite one to play? I'm sure you have different answers. What's
All
your
right,
favorite
you want to do it on 3? 1.
Yeah.
Wait. I need to think
Let
about
him think
that.
about it, man.
Don't think about it. But when I count, it's gonna be 1, 2, 3. Then we talk.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll give you 5 seconds.
Or no,
to
go
think.
3, 2, 1.
I
dude.
need to think about that name again.
Of the
Don't say it
song?
out loud.
No, I won't. Oh Jesus!
He's
No, I
playing the
can't
notes.
think of the name.
He's playing the notes.
This is me and
It's like
the song
Vietnam
title.
flashbacks.
You don't know the name of it? What album is it on?
Give me some lyrics.
First.
It's
second?
actually
Oh, really?
yeah, the last one.
Okay.
The cover album.
All right, I know it. We play it now.
Yeah.
Okay, so then you know what it is now. We can go 3, 2, 1.
No, I can't remember
doesn't know
the
the name
stupid
of it.
name.
All right.
But you know which song I'm
Is
talking
it the
about.
name of the
So
album?
if we were gonna do this again, it would be 1, 2, 3, go. I'd say Vietnam. He'd say Hausen.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
Vietnam is
No, that's gonna be hard to sing, dude.
turn on the radio.
They're all hard to sing.
Nah, fuck it, turn it off.
Yeah, that's.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of words in that one.
And it's
It's
syncopated
choppy.
as fuck. It's like
We recently got we have a new guitar player now since the last time we played.
oh dude, what?
You know, life happens sometimes.
Yeah.
You know, like
Last guy really looked like Tom
He looks,
Morello.
yeah, and he was a great player, but he's
crazy.
he's pursuing his polka music
Polka?
career. So he's going out on the road to play polka music. So
Polka King.
The
of
Polka
Wisconsin.
King. Yeah, that's right.
exactly.
I thought
Hold
of
on.
the
All right, you
movie-
get it.
The movie
Nah,
with,
we-
with Jack Black. Yeah.
Wait, no, I'm talking about Home Alone. What are you talking
Yeah, I'm
about?
talking about Home Alone.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Well, fuck it.
John Candy. Anyway, showing our age here.
Yeah, I know. I wasn't gonna
right.
say anything.
I'm 21. So no, but he we parted ways, amicably, and we wish him well. But we got a new guitar player, and he's the dude. He's the man. His name's Chad. Now we have 2 Chads.
Oh, I thought he was the literal dude from Big
I
Lebowski.
wish.
Me
I have a
too.
good story about that.
Yeah.
So, like, we've just been like just grinding. So we're trying to learn more and more songs. I mean, they don't have that much. They have 4
4
albums. One's a cover album,
Yeah.
and then they got a couple of B-sides, but that's it.
Yeah.
So, how many albums out of the 4 do you know?
We know
2 completely.
2 completely.
Just 2 to go.
The Battle of Los Angeles, there's just some songs on it. I'm just like, we're just bored.
There's like 3 or 4 songs in there that you can play live and get
absolutely,
elicit a
yeah.
reaction.
Yeah.
Here's the thing: we've played some B-side stuff, and like it's just crickets, and it's just it's like sucking the energy out of the room.
Yeah.
So it's like it's not worth doing. But I mean, we could learn them, but we know 2 albums. We know the first 2 records.
Save
front
that
to
for
back.
the acoustic.
Yeah, we're doing an acoustic.
Yeah, for the
Acoustic rage.
We got the
enRage
guitar.
unplugged.
Yeah.
Call it
acoustic
melancholy
guitar.
against
Yeah.
the machine.
Yeah, there's an acoustic bass right here.
You guys want to get some unplugged here in a bit?
We joke, but
Yeah.
we actually came up with an acoustic version to Bomb Track as a joke. It's like swinging, like.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Yeah, dude, I gotta hear that, man. That's so. Rewind a little bit because a minute ago you said you have a good story about the Big Lebowski, and that's my favorite
gosh.
movie. And I'd be remiss if I
So
didn't.
my Uncle John, who passed away sadly almost 10 years ago, was a screenplay writer. He wrote like Another 48 Hours. He wrote a bunch of movies. Tombstone.
Dude.
So
Oh my God, that's a top
Yeah.
3 for me.
Yep.
Like,
Yeah.
no shit, that's
his
a top
name is
3
John Fasano. Anyway, he mentored the Coen brothers,
for me. Okay.
who wrote The
A24?
Big Lebowski, and Walter's
And No
ca-
Country for Old Men.
Yeah,
yeah, that's-
And
that's right, that's right.
Old Brother, Where Art Thou?
Walter's character is based on my Uncle John.
No shit.
Really?
Swear to God.
Oh wow.
In a very, extreme way on like John, Goodman did like a
Yeah.
crazy job, but if you,
But did he have a short fuse?
he just in the early 90s apparently, I mean this is all hearsay, he would show up to work in army fatigues, and he had his money was all his money was in gold. He was just an eccentric dude.
That's awesome.
Yeah. That's
And
terrific.
but if you look on his IMDb, some of his pictures, like it's in the early '90s, it's him in army fatigue. And he would bring his guns to like screenwritings and just like he was just wild. So the Coen brothers, I think they just like were like, this guy's out of his mind. We love it, and they just
That's terrific.
worked
man.
it into that.
You're out of your
You're out of your element.
You're out of your element, Donnie.
Over the line.
Yeah.
This movie is so good.
Dude, this is my favorite movie.
You know they wrote a follow up to that about the Jesus.
Yeah, it's not
It's
as
a
good.
very indie artsy film, and you know Turturro does a wonderful job playing the character. You know, he plays
sure.
Jesus. It's not what I expected it to be. You know, it's
Pretty
not
good.
really a comedy. Like I said, it's just really very much an indie movie. I can't remember the name of it, but it's pretty good. You know, it's worth a watch.
On that note, what are your guys' favorite movies? I'm saying Big Lebowski for mine.
Dude, favorite movie. Oh my god, that's so hard.
Or give me something in the
You know,
top
while you
5.
think about it,
Stand by me.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Pound it, brother.
Dude, it's a good movie.
That's
good
my
movie.
that's
That
my
is like that has so much memories for me.
It's a wholesome one.
that's my
It's very
screen.
wholesome.
That's my screensaver too.
Yeah, there you go.
Really?
Nice.
Oh, wow.
It's only 2 of them, but
I mean,
yeah, that's.
But
I mean, that's
specifically the German version of Stand by Me.
right. That's my favorite too.
I gotta watch that. I gotta watch that one, man. Even though I don't understand or speak German.
Were
I
you
gotta
raised in
watch.
Germany?
Yeah,
How,
I came over here
2009.
2009.
Oh,
What part? Like,
Frankfurt area is where I grew
Right on.
up.
very cool. That's
Yeah.
awesome, dude.
You
Yeah.
come here for a specific reason, or
Yeah, for work. Yeah, they
Okay.
sent me here on a 9-month show.
They didn't have rage tributes over there, so
Yeah.
We pushed it all back.
there's not a market for Rage Against the Machine tribute bands in Germany.
No. But David Hasselhoff is the man there. You know,
Jesus
like I don't
Christ,
understand
really?
how that works
I
out.
used to love
Sick of
Norm
hearing that?
McDonald's. Norm McDonald on Saturday Night Live. He used to always make this joke about that's proves my theory of why Germans love David Hasselhoff, and he would do it like almost every week. He'd make that joke. About
he's-
David Hasselhoff.
I mean, I loved him in
Rest in
Knight
peace.
Rider.
Yeah. Who
Oh
did?
yeah,
Oh yeah, classic.
I mean, come on.
you don't listen to his music.
Oh god,
I mean,
terrible, man.
His
Imagine
license.
a
His
David
license.
Hasselhoff tribute band.
That would be
in
terrific.
So
Germany.
many wet panties in the audience.
In Germany.
Dude.
That's awesome, man.
To horny German women.
Yeah,
It's his last name.
but
I think it's
old German.
it's probably just sexy to say in German. You know.
Yeah. Hasselhoff.
Stop.
Yeah. Talk to me. Pretend.
David Hasselhoff.
Ooh,
That's
Did that do it for you?
That's way better than my North
make
Carolina fucking David Hasselhoff. You know what I mean?
David
Is
Hasselhoff
that David Hasselhoff
on
right
the
there?
Knight Rider.
Turn that Knight Rider on.
So speaking of culture shock, you moved to Charlotte from Long Island. What was
Yeah.
that like for you? Like,
Were you? Yeah. How was being introduced to liver mush and biscuits and
'cause,
gravy?
well, for people who don't know, like, you know, I've got a lot of family in Connecticut and New Haven, Hartford area. I've been up there a bunch.
Michael's Italian.
I'm Italian.
So am I.
Yeah, my mom is a Tarquino. You know, like we're very Italian, and so I know a bit about the Northeast and Long Island's. It's not the same as the rest of New York. Like,
Yeah.
it's its own little entity out there. It's very blue collar. It's very
it's
right wing.
Pete
You
Davidson.
know,
That's what I think of.
He's Staten Island.
He's
Oh, Staten
yeah.
Island. Okay.
Which
Well,
is the
get your
forgotten borough.
facts. Get
yeah,
your
my
facts.
bad.
No, I'm not fact checking. I'm just saying, like, yeah.
So talk about the culture shock.
Don't
movie
insult
to
Long
South-
Island.
Yeah.
I don't know that I had. So I moved from, like everybody else on Long Island. If anybody wanted to get out, they went to the boroughs. You know, whether it be Brooklyn, Queens, Manhattan. So I moved from Manhattan. I didn't really have a lot of culture shock because I was ready for it. I lived my 20s through the city, and I was just ready to get out. It was just
Okay.
all right. It doesn't make sense for me to spend $3,000 on an apartment.
Oh,
That's probably somewhat
Size of this
the
room.
size of this room.
Yeah.
Which which is a nice sized room, but for $3,000, like you'd be like, what the hell? So it was just kind of like and my job, I do a lot of like IT audiovisual stuff. So they were like, it just worked out. So when I came here, I mean, it was weird. It was almost, I was like, wait, parking is like $2? Like, sweet. Cigarettes were like $3. I was like, God, they were $15 in Manhattan. I gave myself a significant raise. So like I was living really high. So that kind of
And lung cancer too.
Yeah, and lung cancer.
But fuck it, dude.
I mean,
Let's go bowling.
Let's go bowling. Over the line. Sorry, you're over the line.
So it was a reprieve for you. It was a nice.
It was just. It wasn't. It was a nice like. Oh, this is. I could do. I mean, obviously, I miss going to like the beach and stuff like that. There's things about
There's a beach
the
here.
city and
It's not that far.
exactly the energy in the city is just like. It just became this thing where I was like, all right, I'm ready to kind of go. Like, I've kind of done what I was.
It was a lot.
So it was a nice. And
Yeah.
Charlotte's. I mean, now it's built up more than when I moved here, but like it was cool. It was a nice like. It still had everything that. I mean, there was no like city life technically. Like everything closed at 2, which I didn't know. First time I went out like 11:30 at night because that's what you did in Manhattan.
Yeah.
And like within an hour and a half, it was like last call, and I'm like, wait,
It
What?
is? Yeah.
why would they close down now? Like I
You
just
gotta
went.
go across the border. You gotta go south of the border for that all night stuff.
Yeah. South Kakalaki.
So that was basically it. And like obviously the music scene here was. It reminded me of like the early 2000s on Long Island of like how, like in New York, bands would like, in my experience, like they would like kind of fuck each other over. Like if you were going on before another band and they got a better spot than you might unplug their shit before you go on.
Oh, wow.
In a very
Dickheads.
in
And like a hazing kind of way?
yeah, but it was like it wasn't like a mean spirited thing. It was just kind of like,
Uh-huh.
all right, top that.
Yeah.
It was just this super competitive like, because sometimes they would draw. You wanted to go on at the right time, or else,
Of course.
you know, you wanted to get all the people around. But if you went on at the wrong time, you would be pissed off that you didn't have like the good spot, and then you would just try and fuck up the other band as much as you can. You know?
Wow.
So, yeah. Which was, in a weird way, it was like it was kind of like hazing, but it was like this weird camaraderie, for the most part.
Yeah.
That's the Yankees version of hazy.
Yeah.
It's not hazy if everybody does it.
Down here, like especially when I joined the band, like the first venue I played was the Underground. I was like, damn, this is where you guys are playing.
Oh.
Like sweet. No, me in a good way.
Oh,
like,
okay,
No,
I thought
yeah.
you were-
No, I wasn't playing gigs like that. I was like, there was a backstage area. We had our own dressing room. I was like, this is sick, you know. So it was a welcome. We talked about that earlier. Like there was, you got all these luxuries. You know?
Well, what do you guys think about a music venue in Gastonia? And have you guys had very much experience in like downtown Gastonia?
Didn't we play over the summer in Gastonia?
Oh man.
You'd know.
No, where did we play with Chad's hometown? Am I thinking of a different town?
Yeah, that was DJs in.
Oh, dude. I thought we played Gastonia. I used to come out
Save
here to
it
play.
for us, please.
I used to play open mics in Gastonia all the time. I loved it.
Yeah.
I think Gastonia is cool.
Well, you know, it needs the Charlotte music scene.
Salisbury.
Salisbury.
Yeah.
Sorry, I mixed
Yeah.
up the two.
Shout out to my buddy Bo in Salisbury.
Exactly. Gastonia needs what the Charlotte music scene has, and we're bringing that thunder. You know what I mean?
I mean, all you need to do is have the right venue, and people will play. You know.
That's what we're trying to do with the Rooster. You know what? You know, this vision that I had. I was born and raised in Gastonia. I got out of Gastonia for a little while in my 20s.
Went to Raleigh.
Went to Raleigh for about 7 years. Traveled a lot in my 20s and 30s. I got to go all up and down the East Coast. Got to go across,
He's the East
the
Coast
West.
overdose.
Yeah, I've been all over the country, and and one of the things I like to do when I go somewhere I'm not from is I like to check out the local scene. You know, and you know, I like to go check out the local musicians. I mean, this whole thing started from just this love of getting out and hearing original, something different, seeing, appreciating art, and that's kind of where we're coming from. Is this? Gastonia is this up and coming suburb of Charlotte. It's the last frontier, really. Everything
Really
else
is.
around Charlotte's been built up.
Exactly. Even
And
Belmont, dude.
Yeah.
Belmont's like
And
little Charlotte.
Gastonia is this last frontier, and everybody that makes decisions in this area, they want people to come here and live here, and like they want college educated young adults to live here and spend their money here. Well, you got to give them something to do, right?
Yeah.
So I saw this opportunity and pounced on it, and that's kind of how this started. It was a marriage of this need that wasn't being met, and my love for the arts, and I figured out a way to turn that into what I can do for a living, and that's why he asked questions like that. What people think about, because there's a lot of insecurity doing something wild like this. There's a huge risk that you take, doing something like this, and you've got these established venues in Charlotte. You've got Amos's, you've got Fillmore, you've got the Underground, which they're the same thing, but whatever. Yep. Yeah, and Tremont's gone and Double Door's gone. It keeps getting consolidated. And it's like, well, hold on a minute. We still need a place for the little guy, for the up and comers, the guys that are just getting started, that need that stage time, that need to get out in front of people and play their music and work those nerves out and work the kinks out of their music. And you need a place like that.
True.
And that's kind of what we're trying to be. And then, of course, we can have these big nights where we bring enRage to town and we pack the house out.
Man.
And I run out of beer at, at 1 o'clock in the morning.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's the goal, right? Run me out of beer, guys.
We can hold 250?
It'll be around 250 to 275.
Wait, so you're opening up a venue?
Yeah, that's what we're doing. Yeah, that's what the Rooster is.
Oh, yeah.
Rooster Radio started out of necessity because I had built momentum with this idea that I had, because I bought the building, and I was like, hey, I was going to every local bar, everywhere there was live music in Gastonia. I was going, introducing myself to people. And I was like, I'm going to open a venue. And I had everything ready to go, and then COVID happened. And so when that happened, it just shut everything down. The bank told me, it was like, because we got the building, but we still got to fix it up. Bank was like, this is going to have to wait. So I called my boy Cody up and was like, what do you think about doing this podcast? People were starting to pay attention to what I was doing, and I didn't want to lose that momentum. And that's how this podcast started.
Thanks for calling me up, though.
Yeah, I know. I'm glad I did. Yeah, because this really, it's taken me 2 years to kind of really get comfortable talking on a camera and on a microphone. It really wasn't my forte. I prefer appreciating the art, not being the art.
If you have tunnel vision to get this going, then that's a motivation. That's cool.
Exactly. We wanted to start this as a way to hey, we're not open, but we're still here.
Yeah,
we're getting there.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a music venue?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Yeah, so we definitely want to have you guys one night just pack the place out, play
You should open it with us.
Well,
if you want to open the Rooster, we can make that deal. I would absolutely love to have you guys here. I mean, the plan is to have you on regardless, but if you guys want to do opening weekend, funny thing is, I've been driving myself crazy figuring out what it is I want to do for my opening weekend.
Yeah.
I think
we've
we've had this conversation several times already about what we do about our opening weekend. But if you guys are up for it,
enRaged and polka.
Yeah, enRage.
Get your buddy to come do polka music to open.
For the record, he did not go to do polka music.
I got the joke. But
in case he's watching this, I don't want.
That would be fantastic because I know you guys would pack the house out and
easily.
Be a fun way.
Because you guys are the fucking best, right?
It's a fact.
The Earth's,
dude, I know.
Earth's premier.
So you're gonna have
Earth's premier.
Yeah, everyone's always talking. You know where that came from? It was like everyone's always like, what we tried to do is take the blah 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 and recreate it in the most authentic. Come on, man! Why don't you just say what it is? So that was like sarcasm to be like, everyone's always like, New York's best, Charlotte's best. This, I'm like, fuck that. We're doing Earth. Beat that. What else is out there?
I should have fucking introed the show. You remember earlier at the intro when I was like, luckily we got Charlotte's #1 fucking tribute. We got the Earths.
You do like a poor overdub where it's really obvious that it's an Earth.
like a bad anime.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're gonna do that.
Earth's
We'll fix it in post.
Yeah, fix that in post.
We'll fix that in post.
Yeah. That's fine.
Well, talk about
What do
some
I-
upcoming shows. You said you've got 9 dates booked already. Tell our audience where to come see you.
Exactly.
So we're playing this weekend in Leesburg at the Tally Ho Theater, which is like a really cool theater. It's actually, we're venturing further than we've ever ventured up north anyway. That's like halfway to New York. So,
Wow.
and it's a really cool theater. I mean, like,
Straight up 81.
it's supposed to be like snow and stuff like that, but
Sweet.
we're not afraid of that. So we have that, and then we're playing Mad Life in February.
February
the
11th is
which
Mad
is
Life.
in Georgia. That's a really cool venue. They do a lot of tribute bands there, but they've been good to us. And then we're doing. We don't have any shows until April.
April 30th is Amos's. So
So we come back to Charlotte.
We'll be
April
there.
30th. Yeah,
We'll
we're
be
gonna,
there.
We're gonna sell it out.
show
Save me
show the new
another
guitar
shirt.
player to the
Yeah,
hometown.
That's right. That's gonna be the. Is that gonna be the debut for the new guitar player for Charlotte?
Well, we
For
play-
Charlotte.
For Charlotte, yeah. We played.
Yeah.
We did like a. Our first gig with him was 2 weekends ago in Huntersville at like Boatyard, which was like, it was like a local. It was local to me. I had to drive like 5 minutes. It was awesome, but
Nice.
that was like our first show. But it was kind of like a pickup. You know, it was like we weren't. Yeah, there's things to work out when you kind of. You know, it's like a whole. There's a whole thing that goes on with people playing live music. You know, you kind of have to gel and. But he's awesome, man. He's just a. He just gets it, and he's like. He's cool too, which helps. You know what I mean? Like he's like
yeah.
cool in the sense like he's just low key. He's just super skilled. He's like a.
Like classically trained.
He's like a. What is the music I'm trying to think
Bluegrass.
of?
Bluegrass.
He's
Yeah,
like that
bluegrass.
guy. Like yeah, but you know,
but shreds.
but just he's just a skilled in his craft. You know?
Technician of the X.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
good, man.
So,
What other shows we got, Carson? I see you looking.
Madison Square Garden.
May 14th, Suck Bang Blow, Myrtle Beach, for their.
course, that's
Yeah, that's
Of
Yeah,
course,
exactly.
it's a murder.
God,
It's for the spring
South
rally.
Carolina
It's always
never
crazy.
ceases
show.
to
Oh, that's
amaze
Bike
me.
Week?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh, you
yeah.
guys are gonna go nuts.
Yeah.
We
That's
played
gonna
there.
be a
We
wild
played
show.
there. We
We
played
might
there
have to go
every
down
year.
We
for
might
that.
have to go down
Yeah.
for that.
We're playing
man.
inside this time.
Yeah.
We usually play outside.
You might have to give him the demon eyes at that one, man.
I mean, whenever we play the outside show, we open up. We go on before this band called Madball. They're like the ultimate. They're not a tribute band. They're like a cover band. They are doing it at a professional level. Like they have different singers. They dress up like different eras. It's like a thing. They tour their asses off. It's like a living. Like they're.
Yeah.
They're
Well, look,
legit.
shout out to all the bands that are really like keeping that music alive. That's
Yeah.
that's the other thing that we haven't mentioned about tribute bands and cover bands for that matter. You know, some of this music that we all know and love and just can't wait to hear when we go to a show is 50 fucking years old.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Some of that stuff is so old that the people that wrote it can't play it anymore. You know, like and that's,
Metallica.
It's live music. That's what I never understood about like people having like.
I'm sorry, did you not hear that?
Why is James Hetfield not doing the yeah?
No, not anymore,
It's
dude.
not the
He's
same,
fucking
man.
too old.
It's not the same.
But imagine having to do that for that long. Like
Man.
that is.
I mean-
They are an institution. They are a corporation, if anything.
Man, I love Metallica.
I love
Yeah,
Metallica too.
same
But
thing,
James
yes.
now, like, dude, I saw him live.
Doesn't matter though. People still go see them.
Exactly.
Yeah,
we'll
I
still
went to go
see
see
'em.
him when they were old and terrible.
Yeah.
But I loved it.
Lars is getting a massage while he's drumming.
Oh, yeah.
You know, like
One more breath.
yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
Metallica. He's just like losing the face like when he's talking.
You guys see the Metallica documentary?
Hell yeah.
Oh yeah.
I love Metallica. They were like
I
the
do too.
first band that I really like was like, oh, what is this? You know,
Yeah, this
my
is
brother
new.
got me into it. And then it was Rage. Then it was like Nirvana. You know, it was like
Yeah.
That brings up a good question for you. Growing up in Germany, what were you raised on music wise?
David Hasselhoff.
Mostly the same
Yeah,
music
rock
you
music.
guys grew up with, like pretty much.
So you had public radio that would play the same stuff we were.
Yeah,
listening
MTV and shit.
to?
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
it would be in German, right?
No,
No.
I don't know. I'm just saying that.
MTV, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
The music.
The music not, but the talking in
Oh,
between.
okay.
Make no mistake, some of the best rock and metal bands on the planet are European.
Oh yeah,
Dude,
what's that guy that sings? I'm gonna butcher it. I'm not even gonna try it. Let's move on. Let's move on.
Well, when I was in my 20s, Bullet for My Valentine.
Dude,
whoa.
Wow.
They're still
Lacuna Coil, In Flames, like all these, some of my favorite metal bands.
it mattered. That shit mattered, man.
Yeah.
Those bands mattered.
Yes.
There was a romance. I mean, I'm not. It's the times, and like digital is digital, and people can just absorb music instantly and know who they are. Go on YouTube, see what they look like, all these things. But back then, you kind of imagined it. All you had was the record.
True.
There was something to that,
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was like a mysticism.
Yeah, there
about
was like
it.
a romanticism to it, where it was like when I went to go see one of my first concerts ever on Long Island in like some small club was Marilyn Manson, but it was before like he was like massive, but the show
first album.
yeah,
Yeah.
It smells like
Smells Like Children.
Smells Like Children.
Yeah.
And it was a show. Like it was like a show. Like I was like, wait, this is what they look like. I mean, I saw the record and stuff like that, but they had things on. It was just like a whole experience that I'll just never forget. Like and I walked away from it, met him on his bus. Anyway, it was just like it was just so cool, and it was like, oh shit, like there was a surprise to it. Now you could watch someone play live 50 million times on YouTube and then go see them live.
I don't know, man.
Which is still okay.
But there's nothing beats that experience of being there, right, Cody?
True that, man. And that's just kind of how I felt the first time I saw enRage, because I've never seen Rage Against the Machine. But I saw enRage Against the Machine, and I was like, well, that is exactly like going to a Rage Against the Machine show. And I shit you not, that was my literal thought, and that's my thought every time I go see enRage, because I'm probably never going to get to see Rage Against the Machine. But I basically have, because I've seen you guys, and I'm going to continue to see you guys.
We work our asses, and all the tribute bands do. I say that we're the best, and I believe that. But I also we have a lot of respect for there's some great tribute bands in Charlotte. There's some great everywhere. Like we've played with a lot of good ones.
And we can even shout. I got a buddy of mine, Neil Jackson, plays in
Bush, right?
the Bush tribute band.
I only saw them once at the Grunge
Grunge Fest.
That was
yeah.
it.
Neil's awesome, man. Neil came and played at my wife and I's wedding.
Nice.
He
awesome.
played. We danced our first dance to him playing song number 3 by Stone Sour.
Really?
Acoustic.
Nice, man.
It was,
That's amazing.
Shout out to Neil. I love you, brother. Thank you so much for that.
They all bust their ass,
Yeah, everyone's working their ass off.
And it's clear that you guys do. We definitely appreciate having you guys on the show, and I want you guys to let our audience know where to find more enRaged.
Do you guys have Friendster or MySpace?
I'm actually on Hotmail exclusively.
There's a mail order. We have an address that you could write us to. No,
P.O. Box.
we're on YouTube. All of our
My Spin magazine. We gotta add the back.
all of our stuff's on, and everything's like enRage Against the Machine too. So on Facebook, it's facebook.com/enratm. It's the same for Instagram. The handle at. You could just write enRage Against the Machine. It'll all come up. YouTube, everything. So you can find us there.
Or you can drop down into the description of this video. We'll
Right
have
in
links
there.
to all of
Right
your
in there.
socials. Right there.
Get in
subscribe,
there.
by the way.
Right.
Yeah.
Damn it, subscribe.
Do
So
it.
when do we start the podcast?
Right now.
I think we're ready.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have
Can you do the intro again? Do the intro.
Yeah, let's do it. We got the best in the fucking world. This guy came in on a fucking shooting star. This guy came all the way from Germany
Just to start this band.
just to start this band.
You had a calling.
Live Nation flew him in to
right,
start
man.
this Rage tribute.
And there's a lot of unused bandanas at my house right now. They're just sitting there sad looking at me.
Give them to me.
You're welcome.
Guys, thank you so much.
Yeah,
Is there anything you want to leave our audience with? And do you guys want to do a mic drop? I'll do it. You want to do it, Timmy?
I wouldn't want to treat your microphone like that.
Do it. Treat it poorly.
No, I
You
wouldn't
guys
wanna
are
do that.
enraged.
This microphone?
No, don't. That one's suspended. But yeah, just give our audience one piece of rock and roll advice, if you will, before we send them off.
Don't give a fuck what anybody thinks.
Love it.
Love it.
Do what you want to do.
Carson, what you got to say?
There's nothing that can come after that. Boom.